Walk with me, because you can't change your life until you understand the version of you creating it. This is a space for honest conversations about the systems, patterns, and beliefs quietly shaping your life.
Y'all, we are here. Meaning, the compass. This is the final pillar of the Walk With Me method. Now, I didn't do this on purpose, but this happens to fall on my birthday that I'm recording this August 9th. What strange timing it is, but what awesome timing as well. And with that, let's begin our walk through the final pillar. Are you still searching for your purpose? Like your destiny is some kind of escape room, and somewhere out there is a hidden key. The right career, the right relationship, the right calling, the right answer. And the clock is running out. What if this meaning is not hiding from you? What if the reason your life can look full on the outside and still empty on the inside is because the life you are living and the life you say matters are telling two different stories? Take a walk with me. We've walked this map a long way. We have followed the river of your life, upstream. Awareness, the observer that allows you to see the pattern. Identity, the blueprint shaping who you become under pressure. The mind, the interpreter turning experience into a story. The nervous system, the hallway monitor asking, is it safe for you to be here? Your emotions, the signals, the alarms, the dashboard. Capacity, the container determining how much life you can remain present with. And behavior, the evidence, the visible receipt of the invisible system underneath it all. And today, the river finally reaches the ocean, meaning the compass. Psychology gives us a useful way to understand meaning through three dimensions. Coherence, does my life make sense? Purpose, does my life have direction? And significance, does my life feel like it matters? Those are all important. They certainly do matter. But here is where I think the Walk With Me method adds another layer. Knowing what matters to you is not the same thing as having the internal architecture to actually live it. I think that changes everything. Most people treat meaning like a treasure hunt. Like somewhere out there is the perfect purpose, the most outstanding mission, the calling, the job title, the perfect relationship, the best community or identity that will finally make everything click. I don't see it that way. Sometimes what we call a lack of meaning is not a missing treasure. It's a life that's out of alignment. For example, you say you value family, but your behavior is organized around earning professional validation. The overworker. You say you value peace, but your system still yearns and goes for the experience of familiar chaos because it's safer than unfamiliar stillness. You say you value honesty, but telling the truth or having the truth told to you feels dangerous. You say freedom matters, but your life is organized around the approval of others. And that friction, that hollow feeling, when life looks successful from the outside but feels disconnected from the inside, that is not always proof. It's not always proof that you've failed to find your purpose. Sometimes your internal world and external life have simply stopped agreeing with each other. And that is the part a lot of self-help struggles to answer. A lot of the self-help books and everything that I've read tells you, live your values, follow your purpose, focus on what matters, Serve something bigger than yourself. I should do my best Tony Robbins impression. Serve something bigger than yourself. I like him. I do, but sometimes, buddy. Okay. But what happens when your nervous system reads growth as a threat? What happens when identity is still organized around proving your worth? What happens when capacity is so consumed by survival that there is barely enough room to experience anything beyond getting through the day? You cannot checklist your way into meaning when the rest of your architecture is still fighting the life you say matters. Meaning is not a reward for becoming impressive enough, for having the most followers, for having the most successful career, the most, how would I say, people who adore you. It's not something you finally earn when you become productive enough, successful enough, spiritual enough, wise enough, healed enough. In the Walk With Me method, meaning is resonance. It is what begins happening when what you believe, what you value, what you feel, and what you actually do start speaking the same language. And when they don't, you know it. You feel it. You feel it when you keep saying yes to something your deeper self is exhausted by and wants to say no. You feel it when your behavior serves an image that you no longer believe in. You feel it when your outside world is putting on a performance, while your inside world is asking, what the hell are we doing? That is why someone can look successful and still feel empty. They can be admired and still feel lost. They can keep chasing purpose and still wonder why nothing feels like enough. Meaning is not hiding from them. Maybe their life has become too divided to experience it clearly. I have learned that lesson over and over and over again. For decades, I kept looking for meaning in people, places, communities, titles, achievements, and identities outside of myself. I wanted a clearly defined place in the story. And whenever one chapter ended, I went searching for something to replace it. A new relationship, a new group, a new community with rules and ethics, maybe a new title. I was searching martial arts or a new rank, another achievement, another reason to matter. I chased direction. I chased certainty. I chased proof, and looking back, all I was doing was renting meaning. Kept borrowing it from things outside of me. And when those things changed, or ended, or stopped being able to tell me who I was, there I was again, on the road, in search of another one. I needed another one. But you cannot build a meaningful life using methods that repeatedly require you to bypass yourself. That was the lesson. Meaning was not hiding inside the next role. It began returning when my outside life started speaking more honestly with my inside world. Honestly, not perfectly. So then, that changed the question that I was asking myself. I was usually asking myself, what am I searching for? What is this new thing? I know it's out there. What can I attach myself to so I know who I am? How do I find out? And I started asking, what am I actually building? What kind of life can I build that does not require me to betray myself in order to maintain it? Well, that's a very different question. It leads to a very different kind of meaning. This is why meaning sits at the end of the Walk With Me map. All the other pillars are important. They're so important. But meaning integrates them. Meaning is the compass. The compass is only useful when you know where you are standing. Coherence, the feeling that life makes sense, is supported when awareness lets you observe. Identity helps you understand the blueprint. The mind allows you to examine the story you have been living inside. Your nervous system is, pliable, the ability to balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic without being stuck in one or the other. You are able to read the signals of your emotion. You are understanding your capacity of what you can stay with, what you need to let go of, what's capable today, and what's possible tomorrow. Your purpose, your direction, your movement, your intention all becomes visible through behavior. Not what you claim matters, what your days actually serve, where your time goes, where your attention goes, where your energy goes. And significance, the sense that your existence matters. It cannot simply be handed to you by a slogan. We've seen what happens when people hand over their sovereignty, their agency to a slogan, a political party, a belief that's truly not theirs. We're witnessing it today. We've witnessed it throughout history. This simply becomes easier to experience when the person inside you and the life outside stop constantly canceling each other out. That is the bridge. See, psychology can describe important components of meaning. Religion may give you language for it. Spirituality may give you a language for it. Philosophy may give you the language. Your culture may give you the language for it. Those all play a role to some extent in your life. You get to decide. You get to decide what framework deserves your trust, how you live out honestly to be the best possible version of you. What I'm trying to give you here is a way to examine the internal conditions that help you actually live. Help you actually live, and what you say matters. If the awareness is absent, you may never see the misalignment. If identity is still organized around survival or beliefs handed to you, you may become someone your deeper self no longer recognizes. If the mind is repeating old stories, you may keep confusing familiarity with truth. If your nervous system experiences the new life you say you want as dangerous, the protection that it provides may keep pulling you backward. If your emotions remain unread, that information gets buried and starts to bubble up underneath. If capacity is overwhelmed, you may not have enough room to carry the life that matters to you. And boy, if your behavior repeatedly betrays your values, eventually, the chickens come home to roost. You sow the wind, you reap the whirlwind. What other ones? Never mind. But you get the gist. Eventually, you feel the disagreement. So this meaning is not random. You don't come upon it or fall upon it. In this method, meaning is what begins emerging when the architecture becomes more congruent. Time for some questions. Where does your outside world disagree with your inside world? Where are you performing a version of you that something inside of you is quietly rejecting? Where are you smiling through something that your spirit is exhausted by? Where are you calling something a success while experiencing it as internal abandonment internally? I'll ask a few more in a different way. Where does your life lack coherence? Because your mind is still telling an old story. Where does it lack purpose? Because your behavior repeatedly serves something other than what you say matters. Where does it lack significance? Because some part of you is still organized around proving you matter instead of living as though you already do. Meaning does not require perfection. It does require increasing congruence. the person who looks in the mirror and the person who walks out the front door becoming the same person. Walk with that. Sometimes the places where life feels the emptiest are the places where your truth has become the most divided. Here's the exercise for this walk. And not only for this episode, you can use this for the entire walk with me method now that you understand the pillars. The congruency questionnaire. 1. Name your values. Write down your 3 most important values. Take your time with this one. Really do. Think about what those are. They may be the ones that you probably witness in others, or some sort of scenario that makes you truly livid or maybe disgusted inside, or something that I would never, or how could you? Those are usually the ones that are important to you. The ones where you look in the mirror and be like, how did I get to this point? So they're not the ones that sound impressive, but the ones that actually matter. Choose 3. Honesty. Freedom, peace, presence, integrity, family, love, authenticity, whatever yours are, write them down. 2. Read the receipt. Look at your behavior over the last 7 days, a couple weeks, or even the past month. Not your intentions behind the behavior, but the behavior itself. Where did your time go? Your energy, your words, your attention. What received the best of you? And what received what was left? What did your life actually serve during that time? Behavior is evidence. Read it. 3. The mirror check. Use the mirror. Look at it. Ask yourself 3 questions. The coherence question. Does my life make sense to me right now? Or am I still living inside an old story I have never reconsidered? Purpose. Does the way I actually move through my days reflect what I say matters? And then significance. Am I living from a sense of inherent worth? Or am I still living life organized around proving that I matter? Observe the answers. This is not a judgment call. No need to grave yourself. Gosh, here's your shovel. Keep digging the hole. Do not grade yourself is what I truly mean. Moving on to number 4. Find the disagreement. Compare your values to the receipt. Where do they disagree? Not so you can shame yourself, so that you can be honest with yourself, so you can tell the truth. Maybe you say you value peace, but your week was built around the urgency and chaos. Maybe you value honesty, but your behavior was organized around avoiding conflict or telling lies to protect some sort of uncomfortable truth underneath. Maybe you value your freedom, but you're always looking for approval and loyalty to others. Maybe you value family, but everyone you love only receives the exhausted version of you after everything else is finished. That gap right there, that friction, is where meaning may be getting obstructed. Number 5, trace it upstream. Ask which pillar is applying the brakes here. Does my nervous system fear the conflict that honesty could create? Is identity still organized around being useful instead of being free? Is the mind telling me a story that makes the rest feel irresponsible? Is there an emotion I have been unwilling to listen to? Is my capacity so filled to hold the discomfort would be too much required to live this value? Find the pillar. It may be multiple pillars. When you discover that there's multiple pillars, find the strongest one, the one that resonates the most. Start from there, ask the questions, and then from there, move on to the other pillars. Now, in the case that if it's too much, you can go ahead and work from the other ones that are clear, build momentum, start with an easy pillar that's quick to rebuild and move forward into the deeper ones. The choice is yours, but the work is what matters. Number 6, once you find that pillar, once you have chosen one that resonates with you, make one congruent repair. Pick the one disagreement, then ask that pillar, that area of your life, what is one small shift that would make my outside world more honest with my inside world? Is it one boundary, one conversation, one no, one yes, one pause? Maybe it's 1 hour redirected towards something that truly matters to you. Is it one truth that you're finally ready to face? Is it one behavior that keeps betraying your value? You keep saying it's important, then live it. 7 days from now, read the receipt again. This is when you know you've made some sort of movement forward. Meaning is not produced by perfectly answering these journal questions. It is practiced. And hey, even if you say, but Coach Gio, I practiced and I failed, I'm so proud of you. Because to fail means you challenged something. When congruence increases, meaning often becomes easier to experience. So, we have reached the end of these 8 pillars. Don't get it confused though. The end of the map doesn't mean the end of the walk. You have awareness, the observer, identity, the blueprint, the mind, the interpreter, the nervous system, the hallway monitor, emotions, the signals, capacity, the container, behavior, the evidence, and meaning, the compass. These pillars are not another checklist for you to use against yourself. They are not 8 more ways to decide how you are failing today. They are coordinates, a way to locate yourself when life stops making sense. Now you have a way to ask, where am I in this moment on my map, along the river? What is happening inside me? What deserves my attention next? This is the map you have now. Meaning is not necessarily waiting on some distant mountaintop where your hair gets long and your beard grows, if you can grow a beard, and you have your walking stick and your fedora on top of your head, and I'll stop there. You know who I'm talking about. Some perfect version of you that finally arrives. It is built and experienced in the ordinary moments, the small moments, when your life becomes a more honest reflection of what matters inside you. The destination was never perfection. That's not human. Maybe it was just always less division of yourself, more congruence, more wholeness. The moment when the person inside and the life outside are telling the same truth. So save this episode. Do the congruence audit and then do it again. You don't need another ritual to perfect yourself. Whenever you feel lost, you now have a way to find where you are on the map. Perhaps meaning begins when that version of you and the life you are creating finally stops fighting each other.
As we finish our walk for today, remember, you are not here to perform growth. You are here to understand yourself clearly enough to live differently. This is Walk With Me, because you can't change your life until you understand the version of you creating it. Follow the show, Leave a review. I want to know who you are and where you're listening from. And share this episode with someone who's ready to stop fixing symptoms and start understanding the system. Episodes are released every Monday morning, 3 a.m. North American Eastern Time. Until our next walk, my name is Dr. Gio, and thank you for the company.